What's going on, everybody? Hope you all had a great turkey season. I'm making this video today because I've been seeing some comments asking me how the state of Indiana does our turkey draws. I know a lot of you in the comments were commenting that what's a draw? I thought you only had to get picked on military bases. What does it mean when you guys show up for a no-show? What does all that mean? So I'm making this video today explaining to you how to hunt in Indiana. If you're out of state and you're thinking about coming over to Indiana to hunt, here's a few tips to keep with you that may keep you from actually not being able to hunt. Because if you come up and hunt northern Indiana and you don't know how we do things up here, you probably will end up not hunting. That is why a lot of people actually hunt down south, because in southern Indiana, you don't have to get picked. Most of the public land down there, you just show up and hunt. And that's why a lot of people, including the hunting public and a lot of other YouTubers, when they do hunt Indiana, they hunt southern Indiana. So what does it mean to get drawn? What is a no-show? So pretty much from Indianapolis all the way up to the top of Indiana, we got a bunch of main public lands around here, and to be able to hunt those public lands during turkey season, you have to put in February for a draw. These draws are usually 2 to 3 days. And if you're like me and my dad, who never get picked anymore, never get picked for a draw, you have to show up for a no-show. What's a no-show? So about 4 o'clock in the morning, you show up to wherever the check-in stations are in those big public land areas. You have to show up at 4 o'clock in the morning or till 4:30, and let's say they only have 18 spots, which is usually how many people can hunt these public lands a day. And let's say 18 guys were drawn, but only 10 guys showed up. So there's 8 spots open. Well, there's also 20 dudes in the check-in station, which usually happens the first couple days of the season. So what they do is they write your name down, or you put your name next to a number, and they pick the number out, and usually they go on a list. They pick the first 8 guys. If your number 8 picked, you can't hunt. That is how it is all over northern Indiana. You don't just show up and pull up and hunt here. They regulate the number of people that come and hunt the public lands. A lot of people hate this, especially since Indiana is like one of 7 states where you can only kill 1 bird. It does shock me that a lot of people come from out of state to come hunt turkey here. Indiana, ironically, since a lot of people are talking about turkey numbers dwindling, going down, Indiana's had maybe its best 3 years in a row ever. Killing 16 and 15,000 birds, which in most states is not great, but in Indiana, we've been hitting all-time highs as far as turkey kills go. But as far as coming to Indiana and hunting, you really got to figure out which public lands do their draws at what time, and you have to get there because you won't be able to hunt. And if you do go on the public land and you're not picked, if a CO catches you and he finds out you're an out-of-state guy, they are going to rock you. He's going to hit you with every single ticket that you can think of. So please show up. Make sure you plan accordingly. Know what public land you're going to. Now, you're probably asking, so there's no public lands I can just show up and hunt? There are, but they're not very big. And they usually get flooded with guys a week into the season. And when that happens, the turkey pretty much move out of that public land in the first week. And you could show up, but you're probably not going to see anything. And you're probably going to be sitting with 15 other dudes in like a 30-40 acre spot. And it's not going to work. Turkey ain't going to stay around long, and you're probably not going to see anything. So if you want to hunt turkey out of state, I would highly recommend you going to southern Indiana than going up to northern Indiana, where you have to get drawn. You can only hunt till noon. And honestly, sometimes you don't get picked and you got to go home. That's why a lot of people avoid Indiana when it comes to turkey season. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about in this video, where a lot of people have been talking about this season, about turkey numbers going down, the turkey hunting kind of declining as an experience. They're not gobbling in the roost in evening or morning. I don't think I heard a single tom all year gobble in the evening. I've never had that. Now, some people are saying it's because, well, public land's getting so bad because of all of the traffic that's coming in. Now, I'm not going to act like turkey hunting hasn't been, full of people for the last 10 years. Turkey hunting really exploded around 2015, 2016, and it has become an internet sensation, and people have come from all over the country to hunt other states for turkey. So why is it all of a sudden that these turkey are getting call shy, they're not gobbling? Well, people could say, well, it's predators. Well, at least where I hunt, I haven't been seeing a lot of predators. And I know that during coyote season, right after deer season, Amish people came in and were destroying the public land with killing coyotes. But it's different everywhere. But in Indiana, people keep saying the numbers, well, I'm not seeing the turkey I used to see. Well, most of the time because that's people just drive around and look in fields. They don't actually hunt in the woods. But as far as I'm concerned, the public land that I always hunt was the worst I've seen it. Like the first 8 or 9 days after that, the turkey were gone. I was starting to think that the bird flu was running rampant and the turkey numbers were dwindling. Until the last week of the season, I saw that Indiana hit over 15,000 birds already. And I'm like, so this isn't a state problem, this is a public land problem. So for some reason, at least in Indiana, and from what I'm seeing in other states as well, is that we're seeing a turkey decline population happening. But in Indiana, it seems like there's no decline. If you want to look at a slight decline from 16,800 to 15,600 to 15,300, and I honestly do believe that last year Indiana's kills would have been higher if the mosquitoes weren't so bad. Last year was the worst I've ever seen when it comes to mosquitoes. And believe me, they'll knock you out because there were millions of them. I've never seen it. And I'm pretty sure that kept a lot of people in the house and kept them from being out in the woods. But I don't think it is a turkey decline population that is happening in Indiana. I think what it is the public lands being overrun. I think it's the public lands being overrun with hunters. I think it's public lands being overrun with mushroom hunters, people who are showing up just day-to-day activities, farmers who come and they till the fields and plant things during turkey season. And I just think it's getting so much that turkeys are evolving. Every time they hear a car, see someone drive by, they jet. They are not strutting in fields anymore. They're strutting in the woods. They're not gobbling in the woods. And that's pretty much what our turkey season is now. And believe me, it is some of the most boring footage you can possibly imagine. Because, man, when I edit my videos, I edit literally hours in the garbage. Because it's just sitting there calling and nothing answering us. Now, down south, people are actually saying that the turkey decline population is a big problem. That the population of turkeys down south is going downhill. I know that Tennessee has been changing its rules constantly. You can't use decoys the first week or two. I know that they lowered the tag limit. But here in Indiana, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's a public land problem. I think a lot of people are losing their private land to solar panels, for farmers selling their lands when people are building houses everywhere. And I think that's also destroying a lot of ecosystem for deer and for turkey. And that's pushing people to public lands, and the turkey hunting here just gets decimated. And I think that's why a lot of people are seeing the turkey population go down, because what's really happening are the turkey are just running to private land, like what happens with deer season. But I've seen people all over ask me, what is a no-show? What does it mean not to get picked? Well, Northern Indiana, that's what we do. That's how we hunt. That's how they try to regulate people, even though it's still getting overrun every single day. I really don't know what you can do to fix this. It's just, a lot of people want to come out and want a turkey hunt, and I can't blame them because I want a turkey hunt too. Now, the beginning of the season, they did think that there was a bird flu problem happening because of they found dead eagles, they found dead cranes, and most DNR were thinking it was bird flu killing them, and they almost shut Indiana's turkey season down, which stopped my heart. This season, turkey hunting wise, was one of the hardest seasons I've ever experienced because they're just not being vocal. And I don't know if it's just turkey evolving to not being vocal, because I feel like they don't gobble as loud as they used to do. I don't know if it's hunters, if it's coyotes, I don't know what the problem is, but I even heard Michael Waddell saying the same thing all the way down in Georgia, that his decoys aren't working. And it's not just Indiana, it's everywhere happening. And I just think it's an overhunting problem, and I just think it's something you have to adapt and evolve to. I get a lot of people yelling at me saying that, just because you kill a lot of turkeys every year doesn't mean the population is going down. Well, I just don't agree with that. I mean, if you look at the graph from Indiana the past 25 years, we haven't had a 3-year kill rate like we've had the last 3 years. Usually Indiana averages like 11 or 12,000. We've been in the 15 and 16,000 the last 3 years. So the turkey population is still good, but people are saying, well, that's because people are coming and overhunting and killing more birds. Well, I don't buy that, because if the turkey population was going down, then they wouldn't be killing more birds. I know a lot of people want attack and really want to push the narrative that the turkey population is going down. I just think that turkeys are evolving in public land areas and are just not gobbling. They're getting smart. People shoot. And not only that, I have dealt with more green people this year than I have ever dealt with anyone. I mean, the greenest hunters you can imagine. I think I took my mom out 2 or 3 times. I've took some of my siblings out a few times. And people just walk out in the middle of the fields and spook birds. A lot of people are going turkey hunting, I think, because of the fad, and they don't know how to turkey hunt, which I get it. I've been there. Me and my dad, my papa didn't turkey hunt, so me and my dad had to teach ourselves growing up how to turkey hunt. We together, when I was like 12 and my dad was in his mid-30s, we decided to go turkey hunting, and we knew absolutely nothing. There wasn't YouTube. There were barely VHS tapes. There really wasn't a lot of things available. So we had to learn ourselves. But I'm seeing more people going out and turkey hunting, having no idea what they're doing, and all they do is spook birds all day. I think I had, when I used to turkey hunt, I maybe ran into one dude a season. Like, I never saw guys. And usually guys stayed away from each other. Now I see like 3 or 4 dudes every time I go out, either walking into my setup, walking into where I hunt, spooking a tom. I can't tell you how many times I've had a guy come and spook my bird away from me, to the point where it just gets aggravating. And I just think it's people overhunting these birds. But you go on private land and there's a million toms. And I saw that all season. I saw 7, 8, 9 strutters on private land. And here in northern Indiana, the people are kind of stingy. You go to Wisconsin, you go down south, people are pretty gracious. Around here, if you even talk to somebody about hunting their private land, they're going to tell you where to go and where to stick it. They don't want you on their property. And they could be hunters, they could be non-hunters, animal lovers. It really doesn't matter. The people in Indiana are not really very gracious when it comes to hunting on their property. So it's most of the time you either have public land or you ain't got nowhere to go. And I see a lot of people who are in Wisconsin, out west, down south, and they ask pretty much many people, hey, can I hunt your property? Yeah, sure, you can hunt for the day. That doesn't happen up here. So I know a lot of people struggle finding private land and trying to find a place to hunt. But as far as turkey numbers go, I really think Indiana is fine. And through my experience, the last 3 or 4 years, the worst year I've seen it was 2019. But ever since 2019, the bird population is the best that I have ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen this many birds hunting, but the public land is making the turkey population look terrible, and all these hunters who come and hunt all these public lands are being like, I haven't seen any birds, they're not around. They're around, they're just not where you are. I hope this helps, though. If you're coming to Indiana and you're coming to hunt a bird, just be very careful. The rules here are pretty much common sense. The only thing that kind of sucks is you can only hunt till noon. You can only kill 1 bird, and you got to get picked if you hunt some of the northern spots up here. Next year, we're probably going to have our biggest turkey season ever. We're already planning a trip to Alabama, which I'm super excited for. We'll be hunting Indiana. I may be going back to Michigan, and if I have time, I may try to find Ohio. Every year I try to hunt it, and it just never aligns. But I'm really excited. This awful 100 degrees the last 3 weeks have been really excruciating. It's starting to make me get real excited for deer season, because it needs to get here soon. We're going to start putting cameras up here soon. I wonder if any of y'all have started putting cameras up, getting pictures of big bucks. This heat has been so crazy. I don't even want to walk out to the woods. I just want one day where it's 70. I just want one day when it's 70 so I can walk out to the woods without getting killed. I hope this helped you guys. Let me know where you live and tell me if any of your states where you hunt in, if you've seen a decline in turkey population, if you've seen a difference in how they're reacting to your calls, how they're gobbling in and out of the roosts, or maybe you're not, and so you're seeing the most turkey you've ever seen. Tell me what you guys think in the comments about the states that you're hunting in. Have you seen a turkey population decline? Have you not? Do you travel around the country? And if you do turkey operate differently in different states from where your state is? What do you think could help the turkey population in some of these other states of all the studies that they're doing? But hopefully we have some more videos coming up for you in the future about some of the bucks we're getting. Hopefully EHD didn't kill too many of the big bucks we've been chasing. We have one buck that we got mine that's over 200 inches that we've been trying to kill for 3 years. Hopefully we get an update on him this season. I'm really excited about this deer season, and I can't wait to show you guys how it goes. All right, guys, you have a good day.